Alright, what is going on, guys? It is your boy Tickety here, and today on this great Monday morning, you know what I'm saying, all's good, the birds are chirping, everything's fine. We have a little bit of news that is not fine, right? This news is just, you know what, we're just gonna go into it. We're just gonna just first lay out everything that is about this whole news thing that's been going on for the past few hours, and then we'll break it down and give you my opinion on it. So first off here, we all know the infamous option that everyone here wants as a PSN user, as a PlayStation gamer, that is PSN name changes. For the entire existence of the PlayStation Network, we have not been given the ability to change our names, and you know, we got a little bit of it with the PS4 when we can do like a like real name and like change that, but it doesn't change the core, you know, online ID like you see on online multiplayer games and stuff like that. It still remains the same exact name that you named it when you first made your account. And so the biggest, I guess, update in recent year, I want to say really, is last year at PSX when we had Greg Miller interviewing Sean Layden. I believe it was Sean Layden. I'm pretty sure it was Sean Layden. I'm 100% sure. Yeah.
Fire away.
When will we be able to change our PlayStation Network names?
The elves back at the North Pole have been working on that for quite some time.
I've noticed, yes. Many PSXs I've talked to people, and they're always working on it very hard.
It's a large piece of work.
Yeah.
And it's more complex than I think we hey. What, are you a coder? You want to come solve this problem? Let me put it this way. I hope we'll see events occur that you don't have to ask me that question next PSX.
Okay. I thank you for that answer. And
What is going on? This is Mid-Edit Kevin, and so obviously here you just heard the clip, and he did say, to be fair, he did say he hopes that certain things happen within this year so that we don't have to ask that question towards the next PSX, that being PSX 2018. So to be fair, he didn't say it concrete within the year. He did say that he hopes that there will be some breakthroughs in the back end of things that will make it apparent in 2018 by PSX 2018. So just to clarify there, not really concrete, he has a hope for it. But onto the video. And he told him that within the year we will have an update on the name change thing, and when we will you know, be able to change it and rearrange our name, whatever we want to do, and mainly just change our online ID. And he said that within the year we will have a news update revolving around that topic, and you will know within the year, right? So we are getting up close to that year. It is almost December. It's crazy how it's always been, it's really almost been a year. It's wild, but we are almost that year at that point. And so we haven't heard anything yet as of late, but we did get an update to the PS4 version 6, right? And so usually with the PS4 updates and really any console updates, they really save the big iterations and changes for like the base numbers for really big stuff. So that's when you're gonna have a massive overhaul of something, or something big is going on within the actual PS4 software. That's when they roll out the, you know, next number. So they'll do, you know, 5.15, 5.2, whatever, you know, and just keep going that until they eventually have something big, and then they do a 6, right? So they did a version 6 for the PS4, but there really wasn't anything that they, you know, pointed out that was why this was a 6 update. Usually they give a reason as for that, you know, like they've added a bunch of different things like folders in the past. I got a full-on update for it, and of course there's a bunch of different examples of, you know, a bunch of online services that when they move to the new number, it's a big deal. But for the PS4, for some reason, for version 6, they never said what was the big deal about it, and it seemed like it was just a regular, you know, software update, you know, just management type of update that you might see with like a version 5.15 or something like that, or like a 5.25. It wasn't anything that was really of substance that really, you know, made it a version 6, and so a lot of people were wondering why that was, and so that sparked a lot of rumors. And today we have this whole thing where we have a Twitter user named Tidux, which I do remember him sometimes. He does drop some, you know, intel here and there, stuff like that throughout the years, but he is known to be a little bit wishy-washy, to be at that, and we will get some more into that, into this rumor, right? So basically what he says here is he puts out this tweet 9 hours ago. He says, good news, looks like PSN name changes is closing in. Bad news, looks like you will have to give up content prior to PS4 if you want to change your PS name. Trophies, games, and saves. I'm not 100% on the last point. So this is insane, right? So he is claiming that Sony and PlayStation are going to give you the access to change your name, but you will lose all of your account's data before the PS3 and only keep the PS4 stuff. Like, come on. You know, like that is insane. That is completely crazy. There is no way that's true. And obviously, Push Square is really being adamant here, and really, you know, I love this article. Who's Sammy Barker? Sammy Barker, you did a great job in this article because he really does call out the complete craziness that is this rumor, that is Tidux even saying this, and all the publications that are running off with it. Because where does he say it? Like, he says, as such, this rumor is a ridiculous one, and given that the source has been BSing on social media for years now, we were shocked to see it picked up by sites that frankly should know better. So it's been picked up by a lot of sites, I guess, this whole news rumor thing that, you know, I didn't even buy when I first read it. I'm like, there is no way they're doing that. Yes, we can talk about Sony and PlayStation, how they are very anti-consumer when it comes to crossplay. We can talk about that with cross progression. We can talk about, you know, that with backwards compatibility in a stance if you want to. But for them to know for years on end that the PSN name change feature is so that we can keep our accounts, we can keep our progression from the years. I made my PSN ID in 2009, I believe. That is almost a decade old account that I've been playing on consistently, pretty much daily, really, you know, in years in years out. I have spent a lot of time on that account. I do not want to give up that account. I just don't. And so obviously we wouldn't even want to give up our accounts, even if it means a name change. Like that's just that, because at that point, really at that point, we're just making a whole nother account, you know, and we could have done that from day one. You know, so I don't believe any of its validity in this rumor. I think it's crap. I think this is not a thing. There's no way. So you're telling me we have to kiss our trophies, of all things? Our trophies? Like, come on, dude. Like, there is no way this, because then at this point, okay, let's play devil's advocate here. Let's say this rumor is real, right? Let's say that PlayStation comes out on PSX stage like, hey, listen guys, we can change our names on the PSN. You're welcome, but you have to give up all your trophies, all your games, which I'm just like, wait, what do you mean give up all of our games? Like, that is, what? So give up our games and our saves? Like, come on, you know what I'm saying? There is no way this is true. And everyone want to know what you guys think in the comments below. What do you guys think down here in the comments below? Do you guys think this rumor has any validity here? And also, he even went on, before we even close out, he did go on to reiterate and kind of backtracked on some stuff. So we had the user, you know, so we had him, you know, kind of sounding off again on the whole dilemma, and says, sounds like you keep your PS4 stuff but not PS3. I'm like, okay, that's weird, but all right. Then he says, getting some new info, will update ASAP regarding PSN name changes. And then he goes in this last one here, he goes, okay, this was the solution last year, but some hard work over at PlayStation made some improvements. My source can't share details at this point, but they have a better solution than losing all. We'll look more into this. So how are you gonna go from being so adamant and so concrete on this right here, right? Granted, he's not really. He says, I'm not 100% on the last point, but that's just the last point. He, you know, why even put this out if you know, weren't concrete about it? And then he goes and completely backtracks, essentially, and goes, okay, this was the solution last year, but some hard work around PlayStation made some improvements. My source can't share details at this point, but they have a better solution than losing all. We'll look more into this. And so, dude, there is no way this is real. This is something that I don't even know how you can honestly, like, believe this for real. There's no way this is true. This is not the way they're gonna roll out PlayStation name changes. I think we will still hear it within the year. I think we'll definitely get a news update and definitely get, you know, maybe a blog post, maybe say something at PSX, who knows. But I think that we will be able to change our names without the cost of any of our trophies, any of our games, any of that. I think we would just be able to change our names. And the reason why it's taking so long, of course, we have talked about it a ton in the past videos before, but that's simply because the way the PSN was coded, the way the PSN was built, the way the PSN was just constructed as a service was not nice to changing your name. It was just a very, very wonky way they made it and stuff like that. So of course, I think it will come in the future. I think we will, you know, be able to change our names. But this is not the way, Chief. This is not the way. But most importantly, make sure to let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Are you guys, you know, just appalled by this rumor? Do you think there's any validity to this? If there is validity, I mean, let me know in the comments below, because I don't see any shred of credible, you know, truth behind this at all, and it just seems crazy to me. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you think that this is true, let me know your thoughts. I'd really love to hear it. And if you are down there, make sure to also check out the description where you can find the Instagram and Twitter. Follow us on there. Make sure to also leave a like if you enjoyed it, as well as say subscribe to PlayStation Source to keep up with the latest and greatest on PlayStation. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, greatness awaits.